And now, for something completely different, we're going to make a video about Queen of the Night, which has recently just aired and is now streaming on our YouTube channel. But, you're going to have to get some tinfoil and fashion a hat to follow along. Because today we are diving into Queen of the Night related conspiracy theories. Whee! So, what happened here is we made an album, Dead Horse. In 2019, it started to come out. We released that episodically, just like Queen of the Night. And if you're not familiar with the story, it's about a world riddled by pandemics where people are shut down and isolated.
A century and the plague has spread. A suburban hell for the living dead. Locked alone in their lavish homes. With pets and wigs and a bloated thrones.
And you can imagine that by 2020, the fact that this was what our record was about piqued the interest of a few and began to wonder, hey, is this some sort of predictive intuition here? Is this coincidence? So you could see why maybe people might be looking at Queen of the Night trying to dive in and find the same information. Well, they have. And whether it's coincidence or it's some sort of intuition that's tapped into the future, you'll have to be the judge. I thought it would be fun to bring it to you to see what else you can find. So there's been about 7 or 8 really solid ideas brought forth, and I'm gonna point out 3 or 4 in this video. Now, the fun of this is that, if 2 heads are better than 1, maybe a couple of thousand heads are better than 2, so we can see what you find or what you've found overlapping with this film and current events. All right, I'm going to set the stage with some information about our main character. You've seen the film, I hope, and his name is Oliver Graves. And Oliver Graves is a technocrat, and he has certain similarities with modern technocrats, and people have pointed this out, especially when it comes to Elon Musk or Jeffrey Bezos. For example, they both are flying rockets, right? They're monopolizing certain domains. They have technology-related careers, extreme wealth, etc. This is something we need to understand, so I think people are looking at the film through this type of lens. Okay, so let me give you one of the most solid connections first. Okay, shortly after episode 2 of Queen of the Night aired, just so you know, we released this film in episodes. So in episode 2, scene 4, Oliver Graves secures the largest personal loan in the history of the world. And okay, so this is a direct connection here because just shortly after that, Elon Musk secured the largest personal financing acquisition in the history of the world to acquire Twitter. Oliver Graves does the same in the movie. So I can see why people like this connection here. Our episode came out well before Elon Musk secured this financing. So, and also just as a reminder, our film was written in January of 2021. That's when the final script was locked down. So all of these things were decided much before these events came to my attention. Okay, now new one, brand spanking new coincidence or conspiracy theory. Dun dun dun. The launch night of our premiere of our film was November 15th, 2022. And what was pointed out to me right after that was, hey, did you know that this coincided with the Artemis 1 mission? And the Artemis 1 mission is NASA's plan to take people back to the moon after 50 years. I thought this was a lot of fun. This was pointed out by someone in our Discord, by the way, and a few other people joked around and said that, oh, what's funny is that Artemis 1 had a bunch of failed attempts to launch. It was waiting for Queen of the Night to air so it could finally go off. So it literally had its successful launch directly after our film premiered that night. All right, so let me give you one more quick one. I don't want to steal all these connections from you, but this one is one you're not likely to make on your own. So in our script, the majority of the film takes place on the winter solstice. It is the shortest day of daylight and the longest night in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so that happens on December 22nd in our film. And so I went around and I was looking for a specific type of moon cycle that actually occurred on that date. And I needed a new moon right after December 22nd. So, so I needed a waning crescent moon for December 22nd, and I needed a new moon on the following day or very nearby. And as I looked at moon charts, 1927, December 22nd, had this exact pattern I needed. So that was the date for our film because it was taking place in the 1920s. Well, unbeknownst to me, the new moon this year will be directly following the winter solstice in the same exact pattern. There will be a waning crescent moon on December 22nd, and finally on December 23rd, there will be a new moon. This does not happen very often, but what does it mean? All right, this is kind of cool. Didn't know this was going to happen this year. Like, it makes me a little shaky though, a little nervous, because if you haven't watched the film, I don't want to spoil too many things, but it doesn't go great for the world after that point. Okay, so is this another dead horse thing happening? Is this an accurate prediction or anticipation of what is coming, or is it all coincidence? That's up to you. I mean, consequently, I might keep my eye on what's going on December 22nd through the 24th this year, because dun dun dun, tinfoil hat on, could be crazy, could be normal. I'm hoping it's business as usual. I'm hoping everybody has a great Christmas this year. But with that said, with my whole, 20,000 heads are better than 2. Maybe watch the film with this in mind. Try to connect some current events. Maybe there's some things I missed. Maybe there's some things that everyone has missed that you could find. I don't know. This could be a fun game to play. So have at it for those of you who like to look at things through this lens. I'd be interested to see what you find. Leave a comment in this video or underneath Queen of the Night, the actual video. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description or the comments or in our bio, depending on what platform this airs on. So check it out and let me know what you find. And thank you for watching the video.